This is an Unsolicited Perspectives YouTube exclusive.
All right, Jay. I was on my favorite social media site the other day.
Reddit?
You know damn well I was. and it was an am I overreacting? Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing because it was too long. I'm just going to give you the general gist of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So there were two roommates, two females. We're going to call them Lisa and Kelly because we like those names, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Kelly got a little shooby dooby. She got a little man coming over, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing about Kelly. Kelly is HIV positive.
Okay.
Kelly is not telling her little shooby dooby that she's HIV positive. So Lisa decides to tell Kelly's shooby dooby.
I really hate Shooby Dooby. Can we just call him Brian?
I hate the name Brian, but okay.
Can we call
No, Brian
John?
is fine. No,
Okay.
Brian is fine.
Okay.
So Lisa tells John, Kelly's, little hookup partner,
Right.
that Kelly is HIV positive.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelly throws a fit. Like, how dare you disclose my personal information? And Lisa is like, because he needed to know. He deserved to know. It's not his business to know. It's my personal information. And I was like, you know what? I've heard that this younger generation, because we are the generation of the Wrap It Up campaign of HIV. I remember the day Magic Johnson announced that he had HIV. I cried. My favorite player. He was going to die immediately. He didn't.
Yeah.
He's still here, but Eazy-E died immediately. HIV means something different to Gen X and millennials. But to this Gen Z, they're looking at Magic Johnson and it's over. There are now pills that you could take that can prevent you from catching HIV.
Yeah, they got PrEP and they got there's things that you can it's not the death sentence that it was when we were coming up. So you can live a fully productive and healthy life with HIV in 2025.
Yes, this is true. I still believe that if you are HIV positive, like I know some people who have herpes, I've told them, hey, you got to make sure that you tell your partner before y'all have sex that you have herpes.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I do. And I feel the same way about HIV. These are things that there still is no cure for HIV. I mean, you can reduce the load where it's kind of almost undetectable, but there is no cure for HIV.
Right.
I feel like she should be telling them. So I'm tripping that the girl is tripping that her roommate told the dude that she messing with, because I feel like that's just common decency to tell people what your situation is.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it. So she's right in that is her private health information. And perhaps now who disclosed it? Kelly?
Lisa told John that Kelly was HIV positive.
Okay, so yes, that is Kelly's, protected health information. So I don't know that Lisa was in the right to disclose that herself to John. I think Kelly should have done it. If you're going to be intimate with somebody and there is something, honestly, if you have contact with someone, any kind, and I don't care if you have the flu, COVID, whatever, if it could potentially impact the person that you have contact with, you need to disclose that. You need to disclose that. I mean, it's like when parents send their kids to school and they haven't had their immunizations, and now there's in one of the high schools here, there was a tuberculosis outbreak. It's insane. There was a tuberculosis outbreak in one of the schools down here. And I was like, what year is this? Yeah, you need to disclose that. So I 100% believe Kelly is in the wrong for not disclosing it. But that is her private medical information. That is her relationship. I definitely think it's something Lisa like should have kept talking to her about, and like, hey, I think this person does have a right to know. And if you feel like you don't want to tell them, you need to start interrogating yourself as to why. If you feel like this person will no longer want to date you if you disclose your status, first of all, that's not the right person for you. And second, that's incredibly selfish.
Mm. That's the point I was trying to get at. It's incredibly selfish not to tell somebody that you could potentially harm them. And that's what I was bothered by.
Yeah. But should the roommate have disclosed that? No, that was not her place to do that.
Well, how you? I don't know what the answer is as far as
I don't. It's a tricky situation. It's a tricky situation, but I don't. I don't think it was the roommate's place to disclose that. But it was definitely a conversation that she should have kept having with Kelly. Of like, hey, this is the ethically, are you making the right decision?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have something, listen, this is not the end of the world, but tell your significant other or tell your partner, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't believe in just randomly punching folks, but I'll punch you in the face if you give me something. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is a YouTube exclusive.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.